This is a video tour of 942 Avalon, and just a quick view of the front of the home and around to the neighborhood. So lots of big mature trees in this area, interesting homes on the block. It's definitely not a cookie cutter sort of neighborhood. It's pretty quiet, although you do hear some noise from 9th Street standing out here. So turning around to look at the home, there's been a lot of settling and movement in the ground, and you can tell because it's really showed up in the driveway. In this property, created some pretty decent trip hazards here. You can see the back side of this cement has sunken down, and just some more sinking and cracking here. You do have a bit of a crack on this wall that they tried to kind of like fill in and paint over. Looking at the front of the house, siding all looks pretty good. So then walking up towards the house, you're going to see some more evidence of just settling and wash away. So big old cracks here in the sidewalk, and it's just, falling apart. And it's because there are voids. I mean, it's hard to see, but there are voids underneath the sidewalk. And so that's what allowed for these cracks to occur. Walking up to the front door here, you can see there's a transition from one siding to another. There's a piece right there that's kind of buckled up. It could probably use to be nailed back down. Again, just walking up these stairs, you can see this step is super separated away from the rest of the steps, and there's some wash away evidence there too. Okay, so walking up and into the house, you come into the living room space and onto hardwood flooring. View of the living room. So you can see they've whitewashed the brick here on this fireplace. And I can't really tell if this is real wood burning. Yeah, it looks like it's real wood burning, but they've got just kind of some decorative stuff in there right now. The blowers for that fireplace. And then here's the other side of the living room. You have a coat closet right when you come in the door, which is a little bit bigger than your average coat closet. Okay. There is a slight crack here off the front door that does speak again to that settling and stuff that I was pointing out outside. The windows are newer. I wouldn't say brand new by any means, but definitely newer than the property, I would say. A little bit of torn up edges and stuff around here, which leads me to believe they probably have a dog, or somebody had a dog at some point here. So this pans into your dining room. You can see vaulted ceiling here, and into the dining room space with windows that look out into the backyard, and then panning into your kitchen. Kitchen has granite countertops in it and a stone backsplash, and ceramic tile floor in here. And there's some water damage here on the ceiling and a couple different places. And you can see that's all water damage. And I couldn't tell you if it's active necessarily, but it definitely was damaged at some point. Okay, so pretty decent space in the kitchen, and having this extra counter is really nice to even more prep space. Okay, so let's go ahead and step outside. And this part is what makes this house just really cool. I mean, you look out onto just forest, essentially. I mean, this is all right behind the house, and it's all just kind of wild forested growth, and you can see that they've got a little bridge they created down here. There's not a lot of actual like usable yard, which is something to be aware of, just because it's all kind of forested, and there's obviously a pretty big incline too. And so that's why this deck is really so big, because the yard itself isn't excessively usable. So walking down these stairs, I just want to give you a view the rest of the deck here. So the deck feels pretty sturdy as I'm walking around on it. And you can see there is like another set of stairs that's made to go down to the gate and then ultimately lead you to the bridge. But you can kind of get a better idea of the incline here. I mean, the incline, it's definitely going down, and then it's like right after the fence, you have a pretty sharp little drop there because there's like a creek running underneath that bridge. Okay. And so this is just the other side of the house. And so this is the north facing side of the house. And you can see, again, just not a lot of space in the backyard, and it's not very usable because of the slope, but the deck looks really nice and seems to have held up pretty well. And it is pretty calming looking back into the forested area here. Okay, so back inside the house now. Got something plugged in here. Oh, it's the lights. Okay. So some scratches on the end of the door here. So back inside the house, I would say oven has probably seen some better days here. Stove. And this is a pretty small little fridge in this space. This is like an apartment size fridge. Okay, we're gonna go down first just because the door's right here. So older carpet going down and coming down into this space. It looks like, I don't know what this is. It's like a sealant that you might put on a garage floor. So coming down the stairs, you can see you have that second walkout onto that second part of the deck. And this is the space here in this room. So really, I mean, a good second living space for sure. They've got a lot of furniture here, and you can see TV here. And storage. Ooh, clear they don't open that very often. Okay, so storage in here. Okay. But windows here are facing the front of the property, which faces west. And you can see that they've got a whole security system set up too, if that was something you were interested in maintaining. Going into the garage, this is a single car garage. And they have updated some of the plumbing that's running through here because you can see they've got, you know, some PVC running off of the original plumbing tree here. Again, some more water damage to be aware of. And the back side here, you can see the crack. So on the front of the house, I pointed out that little crack. Well, you can see that it's actually cracked all the way through here into the garage space. Okay, so glancing a little more around, it looks like you can come around this little section here. Okay, and back here you've got your water heater and just some storage. Okay, so going back into the house proper, they have a much larger fridge out here, so I'm guessing that is to help with food storage since that fridge in the kitchen is so small. Okay, so into the basement, and so this is an unfinished area of the house, and you can see quite a few cracks in the floor here. And this one is, I mean, it looks like they tried to fill it in with some kind of Quikrete situation maybe, but pretty large crack, and it's like bumped up, and you can see that since they tried to even it out and put this on here, it's re-cracked through, which means it's still moving. There's still push and pull that's happening on this foundation. The floor here looks worse than the foundation walls. The actual foundation walls that I can see look pretty decent. You do have just some cracks in the steps here and here around this support as well. But generally, these walls look pretty good. So crack in this corner too, that they tried to fill with some sort of epoxy caulking maybe, and it's, you know, completely re-cracked through as well. And then you've got the furnace down here in this corner, and washer and dryer hookups are down here as well. and then a third fridge and a drink fridge. Okay, so going back up the stairs now, and we are going to go to the upper floor that we haven't seen yet. Okay, so living room, turning again and going up the stairs here. So this is where all the bedrooms are gonna be. So walking up here, top of the stairs, you can see more cracks in the ceiling. And turning to my right is the bathroom. But before you hit the bathroom, you've got storage here, which is actually, you know, quite a bit deeper than you would think. And it's got a little light that turns on automatically when you open it. So, bathroom number 1, ceramic tile flooring, tiled backsplash here. And you've got a bathtub here tiled around. And you can see that they have caulked the edge pretty heavily. Looks okay right now, but next time it needs to be caulked, I would say it's probably about time for them to dig the caulking out and do it fresh. There's a window in this bathroom right in the shower, which I don't love because it is wood cased, and wood casing is gonna rot being right around this shower. And so you can see here where there's damage to the sill just being inside this shower. Okay. So then back out of the bathroom and directly across the way is bedroom number 1. This bedroom faces the front of the house, which again is facing west. Built-in bookshelves, same hardwood flooring, and pretty standard size closet here. So, standard closet. Little bit of a crack off the corner of that door. All of the walls and ceilings are flat. They're not textured in any way. And then right across the way from that room brings you into another room, which you can see has double doors on it, which is kind of interesting. So double doored bedroom here. And it's not a very big room. You know, you could probably fit like a full bed in here and maybe a dresser. It'd be a good office space potentially. So, standard closet, same as we've seen throughout the house. And then the floor is definitely sagged and there's a gap here. So you can see the gap between the flooring and the sideboard, the baseboard. And you can see that there's like no gap here at the end. And so that just shows you, I mean, how much the floor is kind of sagged down there. Okay, a little bit of nail damage on the wall. Again, another crack here. And then this is the master bedroom. And for reference, that is a full-size bed. And you do have your own bathroom off the master, and it is a 3/4 bath because it is just a shower. The window in this one is at least on the other side instead of in the shower. And this could use a really good clean because it's hard to see through. I think, you know, the shower probably needs a really good scrub just all around to get some of this soap scum and stuff off. And then got a little bit of what, I mean, kind of looks like some microbial growth here on the ceiling. Can't say that for sure, but it does seem to have that pattern to it. They've definitely patched something in the wall here. Not really sure what that was, but they haven't painted it yet. The patch job seems pretty good. It looks pretty even. So, okay, so you do have dual closets in the master, so his and hers, but standard size closets on each side. And then coming out of this bedroom, we're going to enter into the last bedroom. To my left, before we hit that, is just another storage closet. And then into this last bedroom here. And that window faces the backyard. Okay. And then again with the standard size closet. So overall, what I would say is there's definitely been some settling in the house, as evidenced by the cracks that we've seen. I'm not really surprised given the age. I do wonder, you know, structurally what's going on, because you've got some pretty decent gaps from where flooring should have been even. But the foundation in the basement, I didn't really see anything on the walls that was really excessive. So I feel like it could go either way, and having an inspector out would probably be a good idea. So one little crack there on that support. Okay, let us know what you think.